active recovery day for me because Monday I did legs, Tuesday I did upper body, so my whole body hurts, and when you do upper body you also kind of do a little bit of core and that to keep the stability going. But now it's an active recovery day, as I like to call, just like moving the body, not exerting yourself too much. So the dogs and I are gonna go on a long walk, enjoying this beautiful weather that we're kind of a new feeling for my dogs. Because usually when I strap all 4 of them like this, we're going on like a walk and a jog. So we're mostly jogging to just kind of like get the distance going and, you know, just trying to tire them out. But today I decided that we are just gonna walk. And I'm not gonna lie, I felt the urge at the beginning, well, a little while ago, to just jog a little bit, and I started jogging, and I threw off the dogs of like, they had gotten used to the walk, and then I threw them off because I started running. And then I decided to stop, and I was like, no, Yvette, you said today was gonna be an active recovery day, which means you're gonna take it easy, take it slow, and just enjoy the walk, right? Like, and that made me think, I'm usually like, go, let's get things running, let's things going, let's do a lot of like exerting yourself and doing all of that. And I remember yesterday I was like, okay, yesterday was upper body. I didn't feel as tired, like my arms were sore, but like I wasn't physically exerted, you know, like I was like, when I do a run or like when I do legs, I'm like literally tired, like I don't want to do anything else, I just want to lay on the floor. And when I do upper body, I don't feel like that, right? So today, when I felt the urge of running and I started running, I was just like, Yvette, sometimes you just have to slow down and let your body recover, because you did 2 great workouts the past 2 days and you can't be killing your body like that. Really kind of slap myself a little bit and be like, no, Yvette, don't do that. And that's why now I'm just walking and enjoying and letting the dogs actually like smell the grass, you know, because that's also good for dogs to do. When we're running, they don't get to do that very much often. Like, we're like on a mission, let's get the miles, let's go back to the house, do all of that thing. But when we're walking, the dogs actually get to like smelling things, and that's really good for them. So just here to remind myself to like, sometimes things you have to take it slow, and not every day has to be like a hardcore workout. You feel good and content, and every workout teaches you something. So right now I feel like my walk is teaching me patience, to let my body recover, let my dogs enjoy the walk and like the view, and be on my thoughts and not necessarily be trying to be tired, to trying to be more active and be setting myself in a routine and like doing my workout and getting it in. But this is like building a sustainable active lifestyle, which is what I want and which is what I had a long time ago, and then I just kind of let it go. So a good workout is not the point of killing your body the entire time with like hard workouts all the time, strict yourselves all the time. It's also about enjoying the workout, enjoying the walk, enjoying lifting, enjoying seeing, oh my gosh, I lifted heavier, or oh my gosh, I did more reps than the last time that I did the workout, right? Because if we're constantly killing our body trying to do hardcore workouts all the time, for my perspective goals, it's not going to be sustainable in the long run. So if I want something to last me a long time and be good and feel good while also doing them, then I need to be more intentional in the type of workouts that I'm doing. If it's 30 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour, it's a long run, or less to walk, or yoga every once in a while. It's also good to just realize, it's like, can I do this in the long term? Oh my God, just got stuck. Roxy, you know this. Come this way. no. I know you want to go in the water. That way. There we go. We have done 1 mile. Where's the other? So while on this walk, I'm going to explain how I walk and sometimes also jog with my dogs. So I have 4 dogs, clearly, right? But I have a little belt that has all the essentials, mostly like the little poop bags that we have here. I have 2 that use this leash that kind of avoids them from them to being like tangled. So that's just where I put Gizmo and Rio. I use these 2 in this leash by my hip because they're the ones who honestly like to be closer to me when we do runs or when we go walking. So it just makes sense for us to kind of have them closer to me. And then I have Roxy on the red leash, and Remy alternates between this gray one and a green one that can also attach to my hip. But for now, I have them both on the longer leash, and I attach it to my arm. That's where the handle essentially, and it makes it easier for me because they're in levels. So because they're in a lower and they're in a higher leash and longer leash, they don't tingle as much. They still get tingled, they find a way, but this way I avoid them being as tingled as they could be if I had all 4 of them by my hip. I've had them before in the past, all 4 in my hip. They didn't quite work out. I always was trying to like fix them up, but now it's just make it real. This just makes it easier for me now that I've like picked up running a little bit more. Ooh, Roxy, you okay? So Roxy always gets the red one and longer one attached to my arm because she is a little bit slower in the running. She's 6 years old, so of course she's a little bit slower. So I need her to have the freedom to be able to run at her own pace, but also be behind us when we run. So that makes it a little bit easier. And then Remy, when we go running and jogging, I use the green leash that has a little bit more of an elastic, and this one does not have an elastic, and that one I can attach to my hip, so I can have 3 dogs on my hip. It makes it a lot easier because he likes to be in the front and kind of like leading the pack when it comes to running. It's kind of, I think he's competitive. He doesn't like to be last, so he definitely goes first. But it also gives me enough control for me. But for today, because it was a walk, I'm attaching both of them to my arm. And this works a little bit better because I can easily grab either leash really quickly and pull them if I need to. But this is kind of what works for me when I go walking and running with the little ones here. There might be other ways, maybe that you know this is the way that I found that works the best for me, especially running with all 4 dogs at the same time. So definitely want to be cautious of that. But now, maybe in case you're curious, maybe if you have 4 dogs, if you have a better suggestion, feel free to comment below in the comments. I would love to try something new that would make it a little bit better for my little pack to run together and walk together in a seamless manner. But yeah. Well, we made it from our walk. We did 2 miles and 2.79 miles. The dogs feel great. They love the cuddles, even though you guys don't deserve the cuddles because they misbehaved. And let me tell you how they misbehaved. Well, first of all, halfway through this walk, everything was working great. They were smelling the grass. They were being their doggy selves, which is what I want, right? Like, I want them to enjoy the walk and be their doggy selves. But it's the evening here, so of course there's other people that are gonna walk their dogs. But my dogs, maybe it's my fault. Obviously, anytime there's something wrong with the dog, it's usually because the human has not done well enough. And in my case, I think it's my fault. I'm the problem in here. They see another dog. And I usually, when I see another dog, like, I move myself because I know that my dogs want to play. They want to be active and vocal. And notice there's a dog, but like, they look aggressive. They're not aggressive dogs, but they look aggressive when they're barking. So I moved my way outside, further away from the dogs, so I can let the other dogs outside. I'm trying to calm my dogs down and also calm myself down, because I know a lot of like what the dogs feel is like, if you're tense, they're tense kind of thing. So I'm trying to relax myself, telling them to sit down, relax, but they are not listening to me and they start barking. And thankfully, like, the other dog owner was like passing by faster, so I could like keep going. But what they do, I don't mind that they bark. I know that I'm working on this, but then they start fighting within one another. It's kind of like Rio's barking, Remy's barking, and then here comes Gizmo trying to stop Remy. And Remy is like, you're younger than me. At least that's what I think he's saying. You're younger than me. Don't tell me what to do. And then he snaps back at Gizmo. And then they start fighting with one another. So it becomes for me time to like break this little fight out. They're not like full-blown fighting, but like I can tell it's gonna become a fight. And when Gizmo and Remy are gonna go for each other, then Rio feels the need to also intervene. So it becomes like a 3-dog, not fight, but it could become a fight. And I just got like a major headache from that. And thankfully I stopped it. Like, I pulled the leashes away. I told them to sit down very sternly, but like it just brought my whole mood down to do that. And I'm just like, I think I need to better socialize them so they can ignore any dog that passes by. But I've tried the method of like having them sit and like giving them commands and like having it, but that's not working. Maybe when we are in a dog park off leash, they're fine. Like, they don't fight with any other dogs. They want to play with other dogs. They're fine. But when they're on leash and we're walking, this is the part that makes it a little hard. I think probably the reason why I don't do as many like slow walks with them is because when we're running, we're focused. They're like really focused on like, we gotta keep going. So when we pass other dogs, they bark a little, but I'll just say run, and then we run faster, and it's like they focus on that. So that seems to work a little bit, but I can't always do that. I don't know, maybe some of my friends here that you are dog owners, what do you do to kind of help socialize and desensitize your dogs when they see other dogs on leash, to kind of help them ignore it? Granted, I have a pack, so it's a little bit more difficult to do, but I'm open to suggestions on what to do, because I definitely need to fix this ASAP. But please comment your opinions, your thoughts. If you have done this before, you have seen something, I'm open to more opinions and thoughts on this. But we have made it home. Something that we like to do after a walk or a run is just kind of like sit outside for a minute before we head indoors. We just gotta spend a little bit more time together, and helping them cooling down where there's like the nice air right around here before we go inside and they drink their water and relax a little bit more and eat their dinner. But that is it for today. I hope that you all have an amazing rest of your week, and I will see you in my next video. Comment, like, subscribe.